for Chelsea, who've started quickly here at Selhurst Park. The overlap was there. I think it just takes a nick off of Cambo. It's going to be a corner then for Chelsea inside the first 60 seconds from this near side that Chelsea left, and it'll be club captain Reece James to take this one from this near side. Right arm goes up in the air. It'll be a right-footed delivery from Reece James, and it comes towards that near post, and I think it's come off of a Chelsea player. Indeed it has. It came off a Chalobah at the near post. Couldn't get anything on it other than to divert it wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post and behind for a goal kick. It's been a miserable recent few months for Crystal Palace. It really has. They've only won the 2 games at home this season anyway, but those were quite a while ago. Liverpool, and the last one was Brentford on the 1st of November. That's the last time that they won here at Selhurst Park. They haven't won in 10 in all competitions, 7 of those in the Premier League. It's really been a real turn against the FA Cup holders, who started the season so well. Here's Cucurella for Chelsea down this near side. Infield to Casado with the short pass towards his right-hand side, and Andre Santos. Back it goes to Reece James over on the far side, and then back with the centre-backs. A square ball by Badiashile to Chalobah. Returns the favour. First time ball over the halfway line. Not a particularly good one for Chelsea, and Palace have it over on the far side, although it's played back inside the Palace half immediately by Richards. Back to the goalkeeper on the edge of his 18-yard line. Goes square to his right-hand side. As Crystal Palace prepare at the back for life without Mark Guehi, of course, who played for Manchester City yesterday, made his debut in that 2-0 victory over bottom side Wolverhampton Wanderers. Low ball out of defence from the edge of the 18-yard line by Sam Walton, and they'll get a free kick there. Crystal Palace inside the centre circle for a foul on Jean-Philippe Mateta. All eyes on him this afternoon. Will this be his last appearance for Crystal Palace? Made his intentions clear that he wants to leave South London. And I guess a lot of that will come down to whether or not Palace can line up a replacement for the Frenchman. 28 years of age now, Mateta. As Palace have it on the edge of their own penalty area. And it goes back from Cambo to Lacroix, just inside the D, out to Richards, and then back to the goalkeeper. Dean Henderson takes one touch, and all orange this afternoon, right-footed long down the line towards Mateta, who tries to spin Chalobah, goes down wanting the free kick, doesn't get the free kick, and Chelsea have possession of the ball once more as Chalobah goes back to the goalkeeper. One touch to take it to his left, and then the long ball forward towards this near side, brought down beautifully though for Crystal Palace in the form of Cambo. Back it goes to Lacroix, square to Richards. Richards just to the left of the centre circle. Over the halfway line it goes, and the first time ball out towards the far side by Brennan Johnson, and then the long ball forward by Munoz is going to go all the way through to the Chelsea goalkeeper Robert Sanchez. Disappointing ball forward from that left hand side for Crystal Palace. Sanchez goes low out towards the far side. He's got plenty to aim for. Goes back towards the edge of the 18-yard line leading. It was Reece James who it came out to. Now it's Chalobah. Out again towards that far side. This time to Andre Santos. On it goes to Estevao. Fancies to run down that right side. And it's good defending to put the ball out of play. The stretch leg there of Jefferson Lerma puts it out of play. Chelsea throw in on the halfway line down there. Right-hand side. 5 minutes played here at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 0. Chelsea starting the day in 6th. They are in 34 points. They could take advantage, of course, of Liverpool's defeat last night in the tea time game against Bournemouth. They trailed by 2-0. They came back and got it back to 2-2, did the champions, and Bournemouth with the last kick of the game, winning that one, taking all 3 points. Leaves Liverpool still in 4th on 36, but a Chelsea victory today would see them leapfrog both Manchester United, of course, who play later. And Chelsea have stolen the ball on the edge of the Crystal Palace penalty area, and that's good work to get the ball clear quickly by Richards. And actually, that could set Palace on their way. Ball out towards his near tie. Scampering down the right side is Munoz, level with the edge of the penalty area now. Looking to take on Cucurella, plays it low across the edge of the 18-yard line. And here is Jean-Philippe Mateta, just overruns it slightly and allows Cucurella to get the ball clear. Just hacks it long inside the Crystal Palace half. So Chelsea with a real opportunity this afternoon to go into the top 4 certainly ahead of Liverpool. We'll see what happens with Manchester United later, but certainly they will leapfrog Liverpool with the same games played. For Crystal Palace, they are currently sitting in 15th on 28 points. They're 3 points for them this afternoon, and they would leapfrog Tottenham, Bournemouth, Brighton into 12th on 31 points. It's all very, very congested at the moment in that sort of area of the Premier League table. Certainly, I don't think Palace are in any danger of the dreaded R word this season. Certainly not. And a lot of that is to do with all the points they accumulated, of course, early on in the season. That's going to be a free kick to Chelsea just to the left of the centre circle as Moses Caicedo goes down under the challenge from Cambo, the Frenchman. Free kick then to Chelsea. And here's an opportunity for Estevao over on the far side. Just plays the short ball back inside his own half to his captain, Reece James. Now it's Chalobah. Chalobah brings it forward at walking pace, Moses Caicedo. And Estevao pops up in a central position. He goes out towards this near side now. Here's Pedro Neto, gets his first touch in the 8th minute and plays the ball low back inside his own half to Badiashile. Chelsea work it from left to right. Reece James over the halfway line. Andres Santos on towards Estevao. The challenge comes in and the ball is just played long for Crystal Palace back towards the edge of the Chelsea penalty area, and it's retrieved by Trevor Chalobah, who goes square to Badiashile. Now Pedro Neto back to Badiashile. He's got to be careful. He's got two Palace players around him. He's lost it. Mateta's in. Jean-Philippe Mateta inside the penalty area. He's got to score. Oh, and the keeper saves with his legs. Should have been 1-0 Palace. Good goalkeeping by Robert Sanchez to get his leg to it as Mateta played it low towards the goalkeeper's right-hand side, but it should be 1-0 Palace. Mateta's got to score from that position. It's a good save by Robert Sanchez. It's an awful mix-up between what it was Badiashile really, who's played the ball by Neto, races in on goal. Mateta, just the goalkeeper to beat, right-footed, plays it across the face of goal. He doesn't get the best connection on it, Mateta. It's a good save, don't get me wrong. It went out for a throw, by the way, down this near side, right next to the corner flag. Palace should be a goal to the good. And all eyes are on Jean-Philippe Mateta this afternoon, of course, with his intentions made clear in the week about leaving Palace. But he should have his name on the score sheet inside the first 10 minutes here at Selhurst Park. Still Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 0, and it looks like there's a preparation here inside that penalty area for a long throw from this near side for Palace. And it comes eventually towards the edge of the 6-yard area. Palace player goes down. There's a half-hearted appeal for a penalty. Game goes on and the ball is cleared out towards this near side, but Palace have it with Richards, who took that throw, and then it's a run out of play by Munoz, I think it is. It's a throw in to Chelsea in their left-back position. Just looking at a replay of the jostling inside that penalty area. It was the player who went down was Lerma at the near post. Under the challenge of Mark Cucurella, there's absolutely no way that's a penalty. And Chelsea were able to clear. Throw in then for Cucurella to take down this near side. Gets the ball back immediately, the Spaniard, and then it's played long by Badiashile towards the halfway line. Towering header back into the Chelsea half there by Lacroix. Ball with pace towards the edge of the penalty area by Sam Wharton towards Jean-Philippe Mateta. Didn't find him, and Chelsea suddenly are on the break. Over the halfway line they come. It's going to go on down towards the inside right position, and scampering down that way is Enzo Fernandez. It's cleared long, though, by Crystal Palace. Out of play now, and I think the last touch has come off of Andres Santos. Indeed it has. And it'll be a throw-in for Crystal Palace midway inside their own half down their left. They work it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, low out towards the right side of his penalty area. And then long from Richards, cut out by Badiashile. That was this up. First time ball by Mark Cucurella inside the Palace half, and then put out a play by Munoz. Throw into Chelsea on the halfway line down their left. Cucurella to take it. Just injured himself slightly. They just took a slight knock in clearing that ball, did Daniel Munoz. The Colombian just walking a little bit gingerly there as he retreats away from Cucurella, who plays a long throw down the line towards the dead ball line, and scampering onto it is Pedro Neto, and the ex-Wolves man has done well, and he's done even better there really, because he was in a corner, not a lot on, and he's managed to play the ball off of JD Gambo for a corner. Chelsea's second of the afternoon. 11 minutes played here at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 0. Just the one big opportunity so far falling for Crystal Palace. Jean-Philippe Mateta cleared through on goal. Wasn't able to beat Robert Sanchez. The leg of the Spaniard preventing Palace from taking an early lead. Corner then for Palace, for Chelsea from this near side. Reece James, right-footed in swinger from him. clips it in. Didn't beat the first man last time, and he doesn't beat the first man on the second occasion, which is Jean-Philippe Mateta, but it has resulted in another Chelsea corner from this near side. Just, it's got an interesting technique actually, as Reece James with his corners. He has absolutely no run-up whatsoever. He literally stands next to the ball, and then just with one step, in it comes. Exactly the same corner as before, and exactly the same outcome. This time it's Ismail Sarr at the near post to head it behind. He just can't beat the first man, Reece James. He just needs to get a little bit more height on it. There's a couple of Chelsea players actually coming towards this near side now to offer an alternative, I think, to that corner for Reece James, which is the short one. But it does look like Reece James is going to go again. Take 4. Let's see what he can deliver this time. Goodness me, exactly the same again. Cleared at the near post towards the edge of the penalty, and a further header clear for Palace. Looped out towards the far side though by Moses Caicedo towards Enzo Fernandez. First time ball into the box by him. Headed clear on the edge of the penalty area for Crystal Palace. He dropped for Marc Cucurella, who loops one back in towards the penalty area again for Chelsea. Cleared towards the edge of the penalty area. Can they get the shot away? They almost did through Estevao. It's cleared though by Palace out towards this near side. They can't get out at the moment, Palace. Ball down the line towards Marc Cucurella. First time ball into the box. Left-footed. There's the header clear from Cambo towards the edge of the penalty area. But Chelsea will come again. Out to Estevao over on the far side. Back to Moses Caicedo. Low ball square towards Reece James, who's popped up in a central position now. The Chelsea captain loops one out towards the far side again. And Estevao's going to have a go again at Tyreek Mitchell by the looks of things. Cuts in side now. He's almost retreating back towards the halfway line now, the Brazilian, and then decides to leave it to Chalobah, camped inside the Crystal Palace half at the moment at Chelsea. 13 minutes played. Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 0. No goals in the other Premier League games either at St James's Park and Brentford. In fact, there has been a goal, and the ball's come into the box and gone behind for a goal kick, by the way, but Enzo Fernandez is screaming for a handball, I assume. Ball comes in from Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez with a shot which he blazes well over the bar, and I'm just trying to see where this potential handball's coming from. No, I don't think there's anything in that. It might possibly have hit Tyreek Mitchell's, Jefferson Lerma's, sorry, his hand as it's gone, as it's played in there, but no, I don't think there's anything in that. Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Early goal there just off of the M4, and it's the big Brazilian Jesus who's got that one. Igor Jesus, of course, not Gabriel Jesus for Arsenal. So Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Brentford on a really good run at the moment. They're another one of those teams who are in that congested area of the table. You've got Everton, Brighton now as well. Everton, Sunderland, Brentford, Fulham, Newcastle, Man United, Chelsea, all within about 3 points of each other. Very, very close. Long ball forward for Crystal Palace has gone out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Chelsea over on the far side, right next to the corner flag, which will be taken by Reece James. And Aston Villa, of course, playing Newcastle at St James's Park, looking to go back level in second with Manchester City after their victory yesterday against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Here's Marc Cucurella, left-hand side of the Chelsea penalty area. Forward to the man who he used to play with at Brighton, of course, Moses Caicedo. Chalobah goes out towards Reece James. Reece James is under pressure. He turned, though, just turned around. Brennan Johnson went under a little bit of pressure from the ex-Spurs man. Chelsea still with possession as they retreat back towards the edge of their own penalty area, and then out towards this near side, Marc Cucurella, left-hand side of the centre circle. Ball down this near side looking for Pedro Neto. That will be tidied up, though, by Munoz, who goes back to the goalkeeper, takes one touch and then kicks long right-footed. Out towards this near side. It's going to bounce out of play by looks of things. Indeed it is. It'll be a throw-in for Chelsea, just shy of the halfway line, down to Chelsea left. 15 minutes played now here at... nearly said Stamford Bridge then, didn't I? It's Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 0. Just one opportunity really so far. It's a half chance really for Enzo Fernandez at this left-hand side. Well, that's a poor throw-in by Marc Cucurella. He's thrown it straight to Jean-Philippe Mateta now. Can Palace take advantage? No, they can't, because that's a stray one from Sam Wharton towards the edge of the penalty area. Just about kept in play by Pedro Neto down this near side, and then Marc Cucurella turns and plays it back to Badia Shield, square across his 18-yard line to Chalobah, out to Reece James, a little bit of space over on the far side for the Chelsea captain. Infield he goes towards Andres Santos. Now it's Moses Caicedo, pokes it out towards the right-hand side. This is promising for Chelsea. Estevao picks it up over the far side. Another runner. Tyreek Mitchell cuts in field onto his left foot again. Low ball out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. Pedro Neto, there's the cross, left-footed. They're queuing up inside there. It's cleared towards the edge of the penalty area. Shot comes in. It's a snapshot from Moses Caicedo from just inside the D, which goes well wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post and behind for a goal kick to Crystal Palace. There's a chance. I think he had a little bit more time than he thought there, Moses Caicedo. Hit it in the end with the outside of his right boot. Looked rushed. Looked like a rushed attempt as Palace play out from the back. And down goes Sarr wanting a free kick. He's going to get a free kick as well for that challenge by Benoit Badiashile. So free kick to Crystal Palace just inside their own half to the right of the centre circle. And referee Darren England just having a word with Badiashile. No more than that. No yellow cards dished out so far from our referee Darren England. And I think the word he's having with him is the fact that I don't think it was actually the foul. It was the fact when he did foul, he took the ball away from Palace to prevent them from taking a quick free kick, because he carried the ball about 10-15 yards before he put it down after conceding the foul. Long ball forward now from Palace towards the edge of the penalty area. Headed clear though. Wharton picks it up. Jean-Philippe Mateta out towards the near side. Munoz, there's the cross right-footed. Lovely delivery towards the far post, and really, really good defended by Andres Santos on the volley to put the ball behind for Crystal Palace's first corner of the afternoon. It's a lovely ball in from Munoz. There's only one to aim for in there, which is Sarr. And in the end, really good defending from the Brazilian to put that ball behind for a Crystal Palace corner to be taken from the far side, the Crystal Palace left. Chelsea, of course, already with 4 corners to their name, although they didn't create anything from them. There were 4 really poor deliveries actually from Reece James from this near side, the Chelsea left. Well, this will be coming in from the Crystal Palace left. And it comes now drilled in. Goodness me, it's got a lot on it. And arriving at the far post there, it's gone behind for a goal kick. Was Jefferson Lerma. Looks as if there was nobody there. He got a lot on it. Drilled it towards the far post. Lerma arriving really late, got right underneath his header, and it sailed, it ballooned over the bar. He's claiming the last touch came off João Pedro. I don't think it did. It sort of hit the Brazilian's back before the head of Jefferson Lerma. Goal kick for Palace, for Chelsea. Long ball forward. There's the header clear by Richards. It's loose inside the centre circle, and Crystal Palace have come away with it with Sam Wharton. Now then, out towards the far side it goes, and there's a slip there from Lerma as he tried to play it out towards the far side. Chelsea win the ball back, but then they immediately gift it back to their opponents. Here's Lacroix, the Frenchman inside the D. Richards out towards this near side. And he goes low out towards Daniel Munoz in the end. Munoz immediately plays the ball back towards the edge of his own penalty area. Here again is Lacroix, forward to Wharton, gets the ball back immediately just to the right of the D, and then the low ball out towards this near side. Down the line it goes to Munoz. Munoz with a little flick on, a little cheeky back heel towards Mateta. Mateta tried to thread it through. It didn't work out, and they're a bit short now because the run was made forward by Cambo. And here's Pedro Neto. Brilliant sliding challenge from Sam Wharton. Beautifully timed to win the ball back for Crystal Palace. And he plays the ball on towards Sarr down this near side. Back to Wharton again. He's fouled there by Moses Caicedo. It's unnecessary. We know Moses Caicedo's had his issues with his disciplinary record, and he's gone into the book there. There was just no need for that challenge at all. The ball had already gone. And he slides in on the fair-haired Wharton. And he's deservedly gone into the book of Darren England, the first yellow card of the afternoon in the 21st minute here at Selhurst Park. Still Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 0, and Moses Caicedo again has got to watch himself. He's got to be careful, hasn't he? Now he's on that yellow card in the centre of the field. Aston Villa have taken the lead at St James's Park. Newcastle 0, Villa 1, and it's Buendia with the goal. A goal that, if that stays the same, would put Aston Villa back on level terms. It would put them level with Manchester City, who have got a far superior goal difference, and to within 4 points of Arsenal, who play at 4:30 at the Emirates against Manchester United. So 3 games kicking off at 2, and this is the only one thus far without a goal, I'm afraid to say. Though Jean-Philippe Mateta could have had a big say in that with that opportunity he had. Chelsea play him out from the back again, was how they got into difficulties in the first place, which prevented, gifted that opportunity to Jean-Philippe Mateta to give Crystal Palace the lead, and they almost did the same there, but they have managed to play it out. They have lost possession though, as Crystal Palace have it midway inside their own half. It's poked back to the goalkeeper Dean Henderson with Tyreek Mitchell under pressure, hounded by Andre Santos and Estevao over on the far side, but he's managed to poke it back to his goalkeeper just on the edge of the 6-yard area. Low out towards Richards, gets the ball back immediately on the edge of his 6-yard area, the goalkeeper. Surely he's going to kick long here. He's looked left, he's looked right, he doesn't feel like the options are there. In the end he has knocked it out towards this near side though to Munoz. Munoz in between two Chelsea players, just goes in between the two of them. Good work by the Frenchman. Back it goes to Wharton. Now Richards, touched out towards the near side. Oh, that's a poor one. Not on the same wavelength there, Jefferson Lerma and Tyreek Mitchell. Gifting a throw into Chelsea over on the far side, just a few yards inside the Crystal Palace half, down the Chelsea right, to be taken by Reece James. We are midway through the first half here at Selhurst Park. Still goalless between Crystal Palace and Chelsea. Chelsea going back inside their own half to retain possession. Here's Badiashile onto Cucurella. Badiashile gets the ball back immediately, and then like a hot potato gives it to Cucurella once more. Now Chalobah over on the far side. Low ball out towards that right-hand touchline, and Reece James over the halfway line it goes. And Estevao in between two Palace players momentarily lost possession. It has gone out of play actually, and it will be a Crystal Palace throw on the halfway line down their left-hand side. Encouraging round of applause really more than anything else from Oliver Glasner on that touchline. There's Tyreek Mitchell just shy of the halfway line, pokes it in field to Sam Wharton, just to the left of the centre circle, and then drills one diagonally out towards this near side. Cucurella's underneath it though to head clear for Chelsea, but Palace have picked up the pieces through Cambo now onto Wharton. Now it's Daniel Munoz again, down the line it goes, and that towards this side, and it's Sarr with a 1-2 between himself and Munoz, and then goes back to Cambo again, just advancing towards the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. Low ball out towards Munoz. There's the overlap down towards the dead ball line with Sarr, who plays it back down the line again towards Munoz. Good amount of possession here from Crystal Palace without really creating anything. Sarr again in field to Wharton. Wharton left-footed. There's the ball towards the far post. Got too much on it though on this occasion, and it's behind for a goal kick to Chelsea. See what Wharton was trying to do, hoping somebody was ghosting in at that far post. And I think that person that would have been ghosting in would have been Brennan Johnson, but the ex-Forest Palace man has been unable to get into the game so far this afternoon, with nearly 25 minutes played. Goal kick then for Chelsea. They've gone short out towards this side. Cucurella down the line. Neto does well there actually, the Portuguese racing down this left-hand side for Chelsea. Needs some support really. And then plays it long down towards the dead ball line. That'll just be shepherded out of play. Just got too heavy a touch there, and good work by the Frenchman Max Lacroix to shepherd that one out of play, and it's a goal kick for Crystal Palace. Good initial work from Pedro Neto as he's fed the ball down this near side by Marc Cucurella, and then knocked it on beyond Lacroix, but just got far too much on it, and Lacroix scampering back, just got ahead of the Portuguese and shepherded it behind the goal towards our left-hand side. It's a goal kick for Crystal Palace. And a low ball out from the goalkeeper to Lacroix. Lacroix's going to go long, right-footed, looking for Jean-Philippe Mateta. He's got far too much on it. Bounces once, goes through to Chelsea's goalkeeper Robert Sanchez. Sanchez goes out towards the far side for Chelsea, who are in that coveted top 8 in the Champions League. They've got everything in their hands. But, they've got a difficult game in midweek. They play Italian champions Napoli, of course, now managed by ex-Chelsea manager. There's a lot of them, to be fair, ex-Chelsea managers. They're everywhere. And it's Antonio Conte, of course, who manages Napoli, who are just struggling at the towards the top of the Italian table to keep up with leaders Inter Milan. They are 9 points behind. They do have a game in hand against Inter, though. On Inter, I should say. So that's Wednesday night, and they've got a couple of London derbies coming up. They've got West Ham at home at Stamford Bridge in the league on the 31st of January, and then they've got that second leg, of course, at the Emirates in the League Cup semi-final against Arsenal, trailing by 3-2 from that first leg. And in the FA Cup, they were drawn against Hull City. They've got an away match against them on the 13th of February, 7:45 kick-off for that one. Palace with possession on the edge of their own penalty area. Here's Wharton. Low ball over the halfway line, not a particularly good one, and Chelsea have possession now. Then João Pedro turns lovely, 35 yards from goal. Can he get a shot away? No, plays it low towards the right side of the penalty area towards Estevao. Estevao, can he cut this one back? No, he can't, and he can't do it because it's good work from Cambo to clear for Crystal Palace, and suddenly they are on the attack, and then that's good work in the end by Badiashile to put the ball out of play from the far side. It'll be a Crystal Palace throw-in just inside the Chelsea half down the Crystal Palace left. Well, it was good link-up play by João Pedro out towards the right-hand side of the penalty area to Estevao. Down towards the byline he goes, trying to cut the ball back, but could not do so due to the good defending from JD Cambo. Came in for 23 million euros from Toulouse in the French League, in Ligue 1. Thrown over on the far side then for Palace. Chris Richards is going to take this one, the American. And it's going to be another one of these long throws by the looks of things, which have come back into fashion this season. Up he steps now. There's the long throw. Just about makes the... Oh, it's come... Oh, my goodness me. And it was headed on by a Chelsea player. And at the near post, just getting his toes onto it, was Ismaili Sarr. But he couldn't direct it towards goal, and it goes behind for a goal kick. The throw comes in, and it comes off of a Chelsea player. It's Reece James, actually. It would have been an assist for Reece James because he headed it back towards his own goal. And Ismaili Sarr gets there ahead of Marc Cucurella, and he just gets a toe to it, his right toe to it. Sanchez comes out to try and smother. It goes beyond the Spanish goalkeeper. And I tell you what, it's not far wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post, behind for a goal kick. And the two big moments in this first half have both fallen to Palace. Ismaili Sarr with that one, and the one previously inside the first 10 minutes for Jean-Philippe Mateta, who was clear through on goal and couldn't get it past Robert Sanchez, saving with the legs, the Spaniard. Palace with possession again on the edge of their own penalty area. Back towards Henderson it goes. Henderson traps the ball under his right foot. He's got Richards to his right. He's got Lacroix there as well. Gone out to Cambo. He's going to go long. Drilled back towards the edge of the Palace penalty area, and Richards is just going to shepherd this one out of play. It's gone the wrong side of the corner flag really for him. I think he was hoping that one was going to go up for a goal kick. It will be a, in fact it'll be a, looks like it'll be a free kick, will it? It will be. It must have been an offside there, as that ball was drilled long by Chelsea on the halfway line as Palace played it forward. So half an hour played here at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 0. It has finished level between these two sides the last 3 times they've met, and that followed 13 successive wins for Chelsea. And we've got to go all the way back to October 2017 for the last time Crystal Palace beat Chelsea. Cushioned header there by Chalobah back to Sanchez. Now it's Moses Caicedo, just overruns it slightly. Can Palace take advantage? Now then, Wharton, 35 yards from goal. Low ball out towards the inside left position, poked out towards the far side by Brennan Johnson. Cross comes in from that left-hand side. There's the header, which I think was from Mateta, which has not even gone out for a goal kick, actually. It was so far wide. Cucurella has it. Cucurella goes long, left-footed down that line, looking for Pedro Neto. That's gone out of play, though. Couldn't keep it in play. Another half chance, really, more than anything else for Jean-Philippe Mateta on this occasion. That ball in from the left-hand side from Tyreek Mitchell. Just a glancing header from the Frenchman, which was well wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. There's Lacroix. Palace with possession midway inside their own half, Wharton forward, and Mateta with the first time ball swept out towards that left-hand side. Can Tyreek Mitchell keep it in play? Well, it is kept in play, but Reece James got there ahead of him, and then Reece James with a very, very pacey ball back to Robert Sanchez, who didn't want that ball. He's done really well, actually, the Spanish goalkeeper, to clear long for Chelsea, but Palace pick it up again through Wharton, down towards the byline it goes. I think he's overdone it. Indeed he has, as scampering over towards that far side went Brennan Johnson. Couldn't keep it in play, and it's behind for a goal kick for Chelsea in the 32nd minute. And Palace, well, I'd say they've had the better of it possession-wise inside this first sort of half an hour or so. Chelsea lead that particular stat, very close though, 52 to 48 in favour of Palace, 4 shots to 3 in favour of Palace. 52-48 possession in favour of Chelsea, I should say. 4-3 shots in favour of Palace, with the one on target, which was the Jean-Philippe Mateta strike, which was saved by the legs of Robert Sanchez. Palace with possession just outside the centre circle with Cambo. Down the centre he goes to Jean-Philippe Mateta. Battling with it is Sarr. He goes down under the challenge from Moses Caicedo. He's got to be careful, Moses Caicedo. He's already been booked. Another strong challenge from him, this time on the Senegalese Sarr. So it'll be a free kick for Palace, just inside the Chelsea half to right of centre. Just got there just ahead of Pedro Neto to win the initial challenge, and then Moses Caicedo comes across and chops him down, and unquestionably a free kick. It's not a yellow card offence, to be fair, but he does need to be careful, particularly with his disciplinary record so far this season, the Ecuadorian. So Palace with this free kick, 12 minutes to half-time. Can either of these sides get their noses in front before the break in what's been a very, very tight affair here at Selhurst Park so far? In comes the free kick out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. There's the flick on towards Mateta, headed clear out towards the far side. And Palace looking to shepherd it out for a free kick, but it's actually been kept in play. But Cambo does well. Oh, and he's played it back inside his own half, and he's played it straight to a Chelsea player. It's Estevao. Estevao in on goal, gets the shot in, and Chelsea have the lead from one end to the other. An absolute calamity from Crystal Palace, who had the ball deep inside the Chelsea half. One ball inside their own half, which fell to the Brazilian. He still had work to do, and my goodness, didn't he do it. Raced clear on goal. The defender couldn't get back, and as he made his way inside the penalty area, a left-footed finish beyond Dean Henderson. And Chelsea, who've probably been second best, to be fair, in this first 34 minutes, find themselves in front. It's Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 1. And it's Estevao in the 34th minute. It's a great finish, by the way. Racing back was Tyreek Mitchell. It's the ball from the far side. I think it's by, I want to say Sarr. He plays it back inside his own half because he was under pressure, but he played it straight to Estevao. He picked the ball up just inside the Palace half. He still had work to do. He had to race clear into the Crystal Palace penalty area. Once he got there, my goodness, he kept his cool. Left-footed finish, drilled beyond Dean Henderson, and Chelsea have the lead, probably against the run of play, I have to say. But when you've got the talent, the likes of Estevao on the field, well, you've always got an opportunity, haven't you? And Chelsea have taken what really is their first opportunity of this first half. Palace have had a couple themselves. They haven't been able to take them, and that was a far more difficult opportunity than the one that Jean-Philippe Mateta had for Palace inside the first 10 minutes, which he couldn't get past Robert Sanchez. Game kicks off again. That's a header forward by Jean-Philippe Mateta just on the edge of the Chelsea penalty area, which is going to go all the way through to Robert Sanchez. So 10 minutes to half-time, and all three Premier League games have the same scoreline. The away team leading by a goal to nil. So it's Brentford 0, Forest 1. It's Newcastle 0, Villa 1. And here it's Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 1, as the ball goes all the way back to Robert Sanchez. And Estevao just showing his pace more than anything else. It was 50-50. When he got the ball, he was just ahead of Tyreek Mitchell, but there was absolutely no way Tyreek Mitchell was going to get back. And certainly prevent Estevao from getting a shot on goal. That didn't necessarily mean that Chelsea were going to be one up. It really didn't, but my goodness, he made sure that they did. A really clinical finish by the Brazilian. And that goal in the live table puts Chelsea up to 4th, of course. It would put them ahead of Liverpool, and it would put them ahead of Manchester United, possibly temporarily. Obviously, Manchester United would need to beat Arsenal to go back ahead. United, with a draw, would go above Liverpool on goal difference. And Arsenal, of course, looking to stretch their lead. They're 4 points clear of Manchester City. Could be 4 points clear of Villa, of course, as well, if Villa can get the 3 points at St James's Park. And they'll go 7 clear with victory against Michael Carrick's men. Long ball forward now for Palace. Mateta gets a flick on, but to nobody in particular. It almost falls for Ismail Sarr, cleared. Wharton, first time ball out towards Munoz. Munoz's first touch isn't particularly good, and then he brings down Cucurella, does he? And in fact, it's going to be a throw-in for Chelsea down this near side. It came off of the Crystal Palace man, Munoz last. So throw-in, which Cucurella has taken. He goes long towards the Portuguese Neto. It's not going to reach him though, and Crystal Palace have it once more midway inside their own half with Lacroix. And Lacroix square towards his near side. Now eventually it reaches Richards. Richards immediately plays it back towards the edge of his own penalty area, and Lacroix again goes back to the goalkeeper, left-hand corner of the 6-yard area, takes one touch and then kicks long left-footed down the centre. Mateta gets the flick on, and Ismail Sarr does go ahead of him this time. There's a couple of times that's happened where Palace have played the long ball forward. Mateta gets the flick on, but there's nobody there in a white shirt ahead as Palace go back to the goalkeeper again. It's a stretching leg from Lacroix to get there ahead of João Pedro, just on the edge of the Crystal Palace penalty area. And the ball is in the hands of Dean Henderson. Henderson just advancing towards the edge of his own penalty area. Long ball forward now for Palace, looking for Munoz, and Munoz has fouled Marc Cucurella as he's trying to win that ball right next to the corner flag. It'll be a goal. It'll be a free kick, sorry, for Chelsea. Ball up in the air, and Munoz goes flying into Cucurella. So free kick to Chelsea in their left back position. 7 minutes to half time. Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 1. 34th minute goal from the man who came in for 45 million euros from Palmeiras in the summer transfer window, and he's very, very quickly become a real favourite at Stamford Bridge. Sanchez is going to take this free kick for Chelsea. Goes long towards the edge of the Palace penalty area. And good header actually from João Pedro out towards the far side. And here is the goal scorer, Estevao. Low ball left-footed back towards the half-line on his Reece James. Now it's with Andre Santos. Plays it back inside his own half to Chalobah, and Chalobah back to Sanchez. First time ball out towards the near side of Badiashile. He goes long left-footed, looking for the run of Pedro Neto. Can he keep this ball in play as he scampers down towards the dead ball line? Oh yes, he can. And he wins a throw-in as it's put out by Richard. So throw-in for Chelsea. Deep inside the Crystal Palace half, down the Chelsea left. Marc Cucurella is going to take this one for Chelsea as Pedro Neto comes over towards his near side in case of the short one. And suddenly just feels a little bit more comfortable for Chelsea, doesn't it? And I think that a lot of that is to do with the Chelsea, or the Crystal Palace, I should say, mindset at the moment. Everything going against them as Palace go long. Cleared over the head by Badiashile out towards this near side, but retrieved by Munoz. Munoz with the header back towards the edge of the penalty area. Not a good one by him. Straight to a white shirt. Chelsea in a change strip this afternoon here in South London. Poked out towards the near side by Lerma, on by Wharton, and now Daniel Munoz looking to take on Marc Cucurella as he knows he goes just back in field towards Wharton, and Wharton low ball left footed back towards the left hand side of the centre circle, and it's with Richards. Now Wharton, first time ball again, back out towards this side. It's behind Munoz this time, has to retreat slightly, and then goes back to Wharton. Space out on the far side for Crystal Palace in the form of Tyreek Mitchell, but it's back inside the centre circle now with Max Lacroix. Back out to Munoz, almost level with the edge of the Chelsea penalty area, infield to Wharton. Wharton goes back out towards this near side, down towards the byline. It goes from Sarr. Munoz with the low ball into the box this time. Cleared on the volley by Badiashile, and then a further header clear by Pedro Neto, but picked up for Palace in the form of Cambo. Goes out towards this near side again. Poked on by Ismail Sarr to Munoz. Back in field to Wharton. Lovely ball inside the penalty area. Played across the 6-yard area by Ismail Sarr. Can't find a Palace shirt. And Chelsea can clear. And they might have a break on here. As over the halfway line comes Moses Caicedo. Just held the ball up though on the halfway line, which has allowed Palace to get back in numbers. 4 minutes left of the first half. Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 1. Here's Reece James, just shy of the halfway line. 1-2 between himself and Enzo Fernandez. Been quiet so far, the Argentinian. Normally involved in anything good that's going on with Chelsea when they are playing well. Possibly suggest they haven't played particularly well in this first half. They are leading by a goal to nil, but it's not been vintage. And they won't care about that if they can go in at the break leading by a goal to nil, particularly with the couple of big opportunities that Palace have had. Wharton over the halfway line for Crystal Palace. Takes it towards the right-hand side. Out towards the near side to go. Brilliant ball. Ismail Sarr has got to get a good ball into it. Low ball in this time. Cleared by Badiashile at the near post again for Chelsea. A couple of times he's got in there down towards the byline, Ismail Sarr. And both times his low ball into the box has been cleared at the near post for Chelsea. And both times by Benoit Badiashile. There's Richards. Lacroix. Cambo towards this left-hand side. It's with Lacroix again. Does go out to Cambo now down this near side for Palace, playing with the 3 centre-backs this afternoon. Richards on the left of the 3. To the left of the 3, Cambo on the right, and Lacroix down the centre. Here's Wharton. He's going to go long, left-footed. Lumps one over the top, and it'll be picked up as well towards the left-hand side of the penalty area for Palace by Brennan Johnson, who's been very, very quiet. Finds Tyreek Mitchell over on the far side. Plays one back down the line. Here comes the cross, left-footed, low delivery, not a good one at all. And Chelsea clear, and suddenly they're through again over on the far side. And it's Estevao again. Estevao inside the penalty area. Can he do it again on his right foot? Gets the shot in. Blazed it across the face of goal, and it's behind for a goal kick. João Pedro was trying to catch up with him to try and get on the end of it, and they almost did exactly the same again there, Palace. Cleared long. Estevao picks it up on the halfway line, races down that right side, back towards the inside the penalty area, and then from about 8 yards out, right-footed, plays it across goal, beyond the goalkeeper, but also beyond the goalkeeper's far post and behind for a goal kick to Crystal Palace. Here's Ismail Sarr. Now they've got numbers up here. Palace goes out to Tyreek Mitchell, left-hand side of the penalty area, down towards the byline he goes, tries to get the cross in, blocked. Cleared towards the edge of the penalty area. That'll be a free kick out to Chelsea. Andre Santos going down under the challenge from Brennan Johnson, and I would say that's a little bit of frustration for the ex-Spurs man, who's just not been able to get involved at all in this first period for Crystal Palace. Down that left-hand side, we're inside the last minute of the first 45, and it's Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 1. A goal from the young Brazilian starlet Estevao in the 34th minute. I don't think there'll be a great deal of time to add on either at the end of the first 45. We might have a minute possibly. Can't think of any stoppages of such. And Chelsea have this free kick on the edge of the penalty area as Sanchez goes long, looks out towards the right-hand side. It's headed clear by Palace, but out of play by Richards. Will be a throw-in for Chelsea just inside the Palace half. Over on the far side, the Chelsea right. Reece James is going to take it, and I think Liam Orsini will be quite happy with what he's seen in this first half. They've grown into this one really, Chelsea. I think Palace certainly the better team for the first quarter of this match, but Chelsea have slowly but surely taken over. They've got the goal, they've nearly got a second through the same player, of course, in Estevao. Here's Reece James over the far side, just shy of the halfway line, and plays it low back towards the edge of his own penalty area to Chalobah, who goes back to the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, inside the D. It'll be 2 minutes to add on. Don't ask me where they got 2 minutes from. I can't think of any stoppages, to be fair, but they almost manage to find this time, don't they, these days? Never used to. Badiashile goes back to the goalkeeper, left-hand corner of the 6-yard area, then kicks long, left-footed Sanchez down the centre, headed clear and out towards the near side, looped forward by Munoz. Brought down by Sarr. Can he turn and get a ball forward? No, he can't, because it's a foul by Ismail Sarr. Free kick for Chelsea midway inside their own half, just to the left of centre And again, it'll be taken by Robert Sanchez, who isn't exactly hurrying out of his goal, let's put it that way. Chelsea quite happy here to go in at half-time, leading by a goal to nil as they look to go back inside the top 4 in the Premier League. Leapfrogging Liverpool after their defeat, the champions losing by 3-2. It feels, or it certainly felt at the beginning of the season, as certainly as if Liverpool was certainly a guaranteed top 4 finisher in a Champions League place, if not the favourites. They were the favourites, of course, to defend their title successfully. That went horribly wrong, of course, after they made a good start. They won the first 5 Premier League games, Liverpool, let's not forget that, and there was talk about them running away with it, as they did last season. Certainly hasn't happened, and they're going to have a fight on their hands in the second half of this season to qualify, I think, for the Champions League. And as it stands, they will be moving out of the top 4 with this Chelsea victory. Chelsea got a free kick down this near side for a foul by Lacroix on João Pedro. There'll just be enough time to take it. We've pretty much played the 2 minutes of stoppage time. And Chelsea are going to go in at the break, leading Crystal Palace by a 1-0. And they've got another free kick here on the halfway line as Enzo Fernandez now is brought down.